next step is to ask yourself on the funding resources side, how much cash is involved. And I'll leave you with this essential thing to play with. Depending on your business, depending on what your plan is, depending on what your capital requirement is, if on balance you have got the ability to address all the legs of the approvability criteria, if you start off your application demonstrating to the immigration department at the point of filing that you've got about $1 million Hong Kong dollars, give or take, available to you, without having to invest it all, but you've got the money available to you. If you can demonstrate that you've got $1 million at the start, and by the time they approve you, which for everybody in this room, because you're all visitors, will be between 4 and 6 months after you file your application. By the time they approve you, if you've got $500,000 or $600,000 of that, or possibly a little bit more left, having demonstrated to the immigration department that in the intervening period you've taken some of your $1 million and you've invested it to create new facts on the ground, to demonstrate to the immigration department that you're capable of passing the approvability test. If you've got that kind of money available to you, I would suggest that you can probably tick the box insofar as you having sufficient cash to get approved for this type of visa. So those are cash resources. What are non-funding resources? Well, in many ways your cash resources can be augmented by the other non-funding resources. And what I mean by non-funding resources is the immigration department expect to see that you've got sufficiently good stuff going on in your opportunity, that they are convinced that you've got a sustainable business. So these are the kinds of things that essentially give you the confidence to make the investment decision in the first place. So it's not just I've got a great idea and I've got the money and I know that I can hire somebody, I can get a job, I can create a job or two. It's what are my realistic prospects of revenue, and if I haven't got realistic prospects of revenue anytime soon, have I got sufficient capital to carry the day until such a time? So the non-funding resources speak to sustainability of the business. Things like you've got an MVP and you're about to commercialize it, that's a non-funding resource. If you've got letters of intent from customers, those are non-funding resources. If you've done some early work and got some work in progress, those are non-funding resources. If you've got a history of trading, you've got an audited financial statement, that's a history of resources. So it's kind of everything that you'd expect to have that would allow you to persuade, for example, an investor to invest in your business because you've got the ability to bring in revenue within a certain time frame. That's what the immigration department are expecting to see in terms of non-funding resources.